wanted to circle back again on the topic of flexibility, and the book is titled Super Flexibility. What's the distinction?
So we coined the term super flexibility when we wrote the first edition of Super Flexibility for Knowledge Enterprises. And the main reason for this is that if you look at the literature on flexibility, you find many different concepts. Anything from hedging to liquidity, malleability, resilience, robustness, agility, versatility. And this is found, these concepts are found in different disciplines. So the basic point is flexibility is a multifaceted, multidimensional, what we call in the academic literature, polymorphous concept. And when people say to me, oh, to be flexible, you have to be agile. Well, that's one component of it. To be flexible, you have to be resilient. That's one component. To be flexible, you have to hedge your bets. That's one component. So we wanted a term that could subsume all these different concepts and sort of give it one umbrella term. And that is how we came up with the notion of super flexibility. So some of these concepts under the super flexibility umbrella are actually about withstanding turbulence. So if you think about, for example, the notion of robustness, and if you think of, if you go to nature, you think of a crocodile. A crocodile is very robust. You know, it hasn't changed a lot over the millennia. It also is, it can withstand many pressures and perturbations. It's got a very strong digestive system. It's got strong jaws. So it has a strong armor. So really, when you think of crocodile, it actually, you would say it's not flexible at all. But robustness is one of the aspects of flexibility because it's your ability to withstand turbulence. On the other hand, if you think about a chameleon changes its color constantly to adapt and readapt to its changing surrounding. That in the literature we call versatility. Chameleon is very versatile. You can think about a triathlete as being very versatile, not just specializing in one thing. So super flexibility in a nutshell is an umbrella term that encompasses the different facets, dimensions, and definitions of flexibility, from robustness and resilience to agility, versatility, hedging, and so on.
And when you're advising and consulting the businesses, are you advising that they need all those different components?
So when I talk to business leaders, I say you have to think about the world you're living in terms of having a toolbox. And your toolbox has got to include the different aspects of flexibility. Sometimes you need to be very agile. You know, a competitor is going to come out with a competing product, and you need to make sure you're first. Sometimes you need to be very versatile. The other day I was talking to a leader in a biotechnology company, and he was saying that he has cross-trained his specialist team members so they can deal with multiple therapeutic areas rather than a single therapeutic area, because their budgets have been cut, they've had to streamline, so they cannot afford to have a team of specialists for every disease area that they're focused on. So that is an example of creating a versatile talent pool in that regard. Sometimes you have to hedge your bets. If you think of, for example, companies dealing with currency fluctuations, you know, why do they hedge? Because they anticipate that there's going to be movement or volatility in certain currencies that are important to them, and they need to hedge their situation. So the practical advice that we give is you think about the different aspects of super flexibility in terms of a toolbox. And you need to mix and match the tools depending on what your needs are at a given point in time. That is one sort of practical application of our toolbox. The second one is how you configure your team. So, for example, on a team, you want to have a blend of different capabilities. You want somebody who is going to be a fixer and helps you address the challenges that you face on a regular basis. They have a resilient DNA. They are more like a starfish. You want somebody who is a visionary on your team and is really charting the course and sort of setting out the destination. You want somebody who is a planner, more like a camel, is anticipating different scenarios and thinking about plan A, plan B, and plan C. You want somebody who is more like a cheetah, your juggler, is impatient and has a sense of urgency. So you need to configure your team in a way that you have these complementary, what we call adaptive DNAs, that enable your team to be super flexible as it finds itself in very dynamic situations.